What is work order? A work order is the file created after design is done and ready for manufacturing. This file is to be opened through Infurnia MES portal, and it is used by the factory team to be verified and then export all outputs needed for project execution. There are two cases of workflow depending on whether the designer has the production designer role assigned to him by the user management from the admin portal, or if he doesn't. In the first case, where designer has the production designer access level, or in other terms, he has all the construction knowledge needed to verify the project before sending it to the factory, then, once finishing the project in all designing aspect, the following 4 steps are to be followed. Step 1. Verify all technical details of a unit. Example, core materials and edge band thickness, drilling details, back panel positioning and grooving. Step 2 is to create the work order and open it in MES portal. At this stage, there is no need to re-verify all the units as this step was already done in the design portal. Which leads us to step 3, which is publishing the work order. Step 4, as the work order has been published, now he or anyone in the factory team can download the outputs needed from the published version. For the second case, where designer is not the same person as a production designer, then he won't have the access level that allows him to create a work order. In this case, once the design is done, 5 steps needs to be followed. Step 1. Designer must share the design link with the production designer. Step 2. Production designer opens MES portal and uses the link sent to create work order. Step 3 is project verification, as it hasn't been verified yet. And this includes general verification by going through all the units and panels used in this project. And also there is an option called MES Design Mode, which opens a portal that resembles a lot the basic design portal, and any modifications done in this portal will auto-update in the MES portal. So this kind of verification is done under Modular Unit tab. Once done, the production designer can move on to the Raw Materials tab, from where he can verify all the hardwares and edge bands used. Now the last verification needed is done through Board Layout tab. Once verification is done, this leads us to step 4, which is publishing the work order. And once published, finally, they can go to the published version so that they can get or download all the outputs needed. Now here's a quick comparison to differentiate between the UI of the published version versus the edit work order. So inside published version, you can notice published version being written in blue at the top of the screen. Also inside modular units, you won't be able to edit any of the units, and even the option of edit work order in design mode has vanished. And if you go to board layout or any tab that allows you to download the outputs, you're going to find the option of downloading buttons at the bottom of the screen. Although if you go to the edit work order, in this case, you can see at the top there is published work order instead of published version, and you'll be able to bulk action. You have a bulk action button, and the edit work order in design mode is there. But if you go to any board layout or raw material list, you won't have the option to download it. Now last but of course not least, Infurnia offers a tracking system to track all the panels or the boxes in all production stations. These stations can be modified or even add new ones, then map the right person to it so that he gets accessibility to track the panels or boxes at the station. Same concept goes to the packaging and the shipment stations. Please note that if any modifications were applied in the design portal after creating the work order, then the work order needs to be resynced and then republished by the production designer.